Welcome, my loves. Today we are going to continue our tarot course and we are learning the court cards. So today we're going to break down the Queen and King of Pentacles. What does it mean in your reading? What do they symbolize? So we're going to start with the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm going to break it down in a couple different ways. But let's start with the general meaning. So the Queen of Pentacles is the archetype of the nurturer, caretaker, and provider. She blends material stability with emotional warmth. Think of her as someone who creates a safe, cozy home, takes care of others, and knows how to manifest abundance. So some of the key words would be nurturing, grounded, practical, generous, prosperity, fertility, domestic stability, upright energy. I care. I provide. I make things grow. Reversed energy. Imbalance. Neglect. Over-sacrifice. Dependence. Shallow materialism. So let's talk about it in love and relationships. Upright, loving, dependable partner who supports emotional and material needs, represents loyalty, sensuality, and someone who creates a safe haven for love to grow. Can also mean meeting someone who is nurturing and down to earth. Reversed, feeling unappreciated, giving too much without receiving. That's like the Six of Pentacles. Or being too controlling in a relationship. So let's talk about career and money. Upright, financial stability through practicality, wise investments, and patience. She could certainly be a mentor or someone very supportive at work. In reverse, as it relates to career and money, overspending, poor management, or neglecting financial responsibilities. Okay, so let's talk about the King of Pentacles, and then we're going to do something interesting, but let's go ahead and get the general meaning. So the King of Pentacles represents the master of abundance. This is someone who has built stability through discipline, hard work, and strategy. He is the successful provider, the business leader, and reliable protector. You know, one thing I want to say before I go on is when you see the queen or the king or the queen of pentacles, any queen and king, you could be either one in a reading. That's why you really want to pay attention to your intuition when you enter into a reading. Trust your own intuition. And I say that because we all carry feminine and masculine energy. Okay, where were we at? Did I do the keywords? I don't think I did. So anyways, the King of Pentacles represents, again, the master of abundance. Some of the keywords: wealth, stability, authority, discipline, protection, success. Upright energy: I build, I secure, I protect. Reversed energy: greed, stubbornness, arrogance, controlling with money or power. In love and relationships, upright, a loyal, stable partner who offers security and devotion, represents a relationship built on trust, protection, and long-term commitment. Can symbolize a partner who is reliable, grounded, and serious about love. Now in reverse, possessiveness, jealousy, prioritizing material gain over emotional connection, or someone who tries to control through the finances. I don't like that. So in career and money, upright, financial mastery, business success, reaching goals through determination and discipline. Reversed, material obsession, greed, shady business, or corruption. So that's interesting. Let's talk about the queen and queen as a pair. And I know many of you are, you're either in a relationship, or that's what you're building towards. So the Queen and King of Pentacles as a pair. When the King and Queen of Pentacles appears together, they're a power couple, representing a balance of masculine and feminine energies within the material and physical realm. The symbolism as a pair, love/relationships, strong, stable, and enduring bond. They represent soulmate energy rooted in loyalty, trust, and security. This pairing often suggests a long-term relationship, marriage, or a union where both partners contribute equally in love and material matters. Career and finances for the two. Massive potential for shared success, building a business, or manifesting prosperity together. A partnership where one balances nurturing care with ambitious discipline. Their spiritual growth. Together, they embody balance, caring for the inner world, which is mainly the queen, while mastering the outer world is the king. They show what's possible when grounded love and responsibility unite. So as a couple, stability, abundance, loyalty, shared dreams. They can have a balanced home with prosperity and emotional warmth. Could represent two people who really bring out the best in each other. But let's talk about them in the reverse. Definitely could be power struggles over money or control. One partner could be giving too much while the other hoards resources. Materialism overshadowing love. So let's talk about the essence. Real quick, I want to say, I am in the King and Queen of Pentacles relationship, so I know it well. But let's talk about the essence. So for the Queen of Pentacles, it's the mother, nurturing, generous, fertile, and grounded. The King of Pentacles, the father/provider, protector, the builder, disciplined, wealthy. Together, they represent the ideal union of love, security, and prosperity. So the King and Queen of Pentacles are the Tarot's embodiment of really true stability, loyalty, and abundance, whether in love, money, or self-mastery. They're the home and hearth rulers of the deck, making dreams sustainable and long-lasting. So this is a little bit about them, but I want to do something a little bit more. Let's talk about the symbolism. So the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on a throne, and surrounding her is usually fruits, goats, or flowers, which symbolize fertility, prosperity, and connection to nature. The landscape around her. She's outdoors, surrounded by lush greenery, flowers, and sometimes a rabbit, which represents fertility, abundance, and life force. The pentacle position, held gently in her lap like a child, showing her nurturing approach to wealth and resources. She cares for abundance instead of dominating it. The colors for the Queen of Pentacles: green, growth, earth, nature; red, passion and vitality; gold, prosperity and spiritual abundance. So the animal that many times represents the queen is the rabbit. Fertility, quick growth, cycles of nature. Sometimes goats, usually linked to Capricorn, which is endurance and ambition. And the posture of the queen is relaxed but attentive. She is grounded, caring, and present. The message in the image, she embodies domestic magic, the one who makes a house a home. She grows gardens and nurtures both people and dreams into reality. So let's talk about the king and the symbolism surrounding him. So he's also on a throne, covered in carvings of bulls, which is Taurus's energy, grapes and vines, symbols of material wealth, sensuality, and abundance cultivated through patience. There's usually a castle somewhere in the background. Behind him is often this grand castle, his kingdom, representing security and achievement. The position of the pentacle is resting solid in his hand or beside him, showing mastery over resources. Unlike the king or the queen who nurtures hers, the king rules his wealth. So the colors for the king: purple, royalty, wisdom, spiritual authority; gold or yellow, material success and enlightenment; green, grounded energy and steady growth. So the animal representing the king: the bull, Taurus, strength, determination, endurance; vines and grapes, that's the enjoyment of life, luxury, and harvest. The posture of the king is confident, stable, firm. His wealth is secure, and he guards it carefully. So the message in the imagery is he embodies material mastery, the builder, the provider, the one who ensures stability for generations. That's interesting because when I read the Ten of Pentacles, I often feel that, that this is something that goes, like if it's a business that was created, it's something to go beyond this physical plane. So like when we leave, our family members might pick it up. Okay, but let's keep going. So as a pair, the visual union, when you look at them side by side in a spread, notice how beautifully their imagery complements each other. So the queen, nature, rabbit, flowers, nurturing, life-giving energy, fertility, and warmth. The king, castles, bowls, grapes, structured, protective energy, stability, mastery. The thrones, both are adorned with fertility symbols, animals, fruits, and vines, showing their shared domain over abundance. The colors, their shared golds and greens represent prosperity and earth energy. So together, symbolism. They are the ultimate earth rollers, a pair that balances masculine and feminine energies of security, love, and prosperity. If they show up in a reading together, the imagery itself screams, this is long term, this is stable, this is real. So when you see one without the other, sometimes it points to an imbalance. Or if you see just the queen, it can mean giving too much or not enough structure. If we see just the king, it can mean too much structure and not enough nurturing. Both together, the complete grounded union. So this is a look at the King and Queen of Pentacles through symbols, meanings, upright versus reversed. And again, keep in mind that a lot goes into the making of any king and queen of any sign. You know what I mean? Like how they grew up. But this is the core information, the core base of the King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let that one be. So I have the King and Queen of Cups done. I have the Queen and King of Wands. Now we have the Pentacles, so next will be the Swords. The Queen and King of Swords. I'll see you there. Leave me your comments. Let me know if these are helping. I'm adding all these to the tarot course, but I know it's a lot of information. So understand that you can go revisit them at any time because they're free and they're in a playlist. So that should make it a lot. And I think the playlist is just called Learn Tarot. It may be Learn Tarot in story form, but anyway, if you just go to my playlist, you'll find it. Yeah, so the King and Queen of Pentacles. I thank you guys. I love you. I'll see you in the King and Queen of Swords.